How's it going, everybody? Thank you for tuning in for Speak On It for Mental Health. My name is David Jones, and we're here with Stotty P. He is an established hip-hop artist. He's been doing this for years. He's got a ton of work out on the internet, video and audio and otherwise, and he's going to tell us his story about his influence in music and experience during this time.
What's good, bro? Down for the cause. Mental health, man, important, especially going on right now. Yeah, bro, music, it's everything to me. Really, I've been doing it since I was 16, 17 years old. I did my first 16. Just been doing it ever since, constantly. It's a punching bag for me, bro.
I have a lot of my energy as an artist and otherwise is kind of giving me that motivation to push forward. I wanted to ask you, during this time, like you mentioned, the pandemic, everything that's going on. Well, how has music helped you along the way during your struggles?
I mean, just as an outlet really is important, because without that, like, who knows what I might be doing or into. So I'm just blessed to have that as something to fall back on, and as a hobby, even just, it's important to have those types of things in your life, no matter what. I really don't care what anyone thinks about it, because that's my thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And whatever helps you move along and whatever helps you grow your career, like, is there anything that's been major that you've had to use music to get you through?
I mean, breakups, right. We all, as artists, we all go through those, and music helps get over that. Friendships, lost friendships, every type of thing, depression, just feeling not good enough, feeling broke, all kinds of stuff. Anything that could be negative in your life, you can use that and channel it and turn it into something positive. And that's why I love music.
Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. I mean, I've never experienced more of a tough time when I have that music and I put that out. I heard a couple of your, very, very intense tracks that you put out recently and even in your history. And you can kind of feel that, you know what I mean? You can feel what you're going through when you're listening to the track. And I think that speaks to a lot of major artists and people who are established or you have a ton of experience, that they use their music as like that voice. And it's like, you know what, I'm going to write about this and I'm going to try and, get my story out in that way. And it actually is really effective, especially coming from a listener myself. I'm a fan of your music as well. In my last question, if you did know that COVID-19 was going to hit, if you did know the pandemic was going to hit and these things were going to happen to you, what would you have done differently?
As far as what my life is, I mean, I wouldn't have done anything differently, really. I think I took advantage of it in the ways I could, and I was disadvantaged, just like many others were. But I don't think I would really change much of that, but just more so I would use the cheat codes and like how we know that stocks have been, I would have maybe invested and just put myself in a better position. Other than that, I don't think I would change anything, just because I did take advantage and had some disadvantages.
Right. And there was a producer that I spoke to in a previous interview, and she was talking about how, as a producer, one of these pandemic situations comes up and they look at it as an opportunity, an opportunity to make your best work, an opportunity to continue learning, an opportunity to grow in your music. Do you agree with that?
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely been more time to get it done. The world kind of slowed down, so our free time became a little bit more ample. But other than that, I don't think it's any different. I think the emotions, you can only do a pandemic track so many times, as opposed to if you're going through actual specific feelings and you detail that. I just think for us artists and mental health, music is so important, because I think we might be doing some bad if we didn't do this as an outlet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and there's a lot of people, even I've met many other hip hop artists like yourself that have said that it saved them from putting themselves in criminal situations and in all kinds of addiction situations. The music has kind of helped them push through those times as opposed to making those decisions. So definitely I can understand that. Is there anything else that you wanted to add as far as the mental health, the music, anything that's kind of influenced you over this time?
I think there should just be way more help for it. I don't think that, I myself am going through it. It's tough to even get yourself help, and there should be something done about that. I think anyone else who's going through that, you don't know how that person's feeling, and by the end of the day, you don't know what that person will do. So we need to get people that are suffering more help.
I agree, which is why I'm a firm believer, and I don't know how many, I don't know know how many else would attest to that, that there isn't enough awareness, there isn't enough stuff out there that they can access, because as far as I've seen, like there's emergency lines that you can call. There's a lot of resources that you do have access to. I just don't know if these people are really even aware of where they can actually go to get this help. So I think that's why it's so important to do the Speak On It movement, because it's creating that awareness.
I just want to say, I think they just underestimate the severity and what the numbers will be for certain types of things that people are suffering from. So there is those outlets. I hear you, but to get those types of things, there are steps that you need to take, and to get those first steps even is way understaffed. So I do know what you're saying. Yes, there are those lanes. So I'm not saying that there's nothing out there, but it's not enough.
And our goal is to ensure that there will be, more programs like this and more people that will reach out to those that are suffering. So again, this is Stotty P, established hip hop artist. This is Jones. We're here speaking on it for mental health, and stay tuned because we're going to see more of Stotty P's links. We love what he's doing. We love his work, and thank you for your time, man. We appreciate that.
Easy, bro.
Have a good one, man.